Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's been a long time since my last video. It's been about a year. And I've been on sabbatical for several reasons, and I'll get into that in my next video. I was going to start off with like a 15-minute diatribe of what happened, what's been going on here in the land of Nevermore. There's been so much action. But I decided not to do that with this video because this video is books for sale. And I'm gearing it towards people who perhaps may be desirous to purchase high-end, antiquarian, antique books of just all kinds of nature. These are books that I've had for 30 plus years in a lot of cases. I'm finished with them. I need to give them a better home. Now, of course, I paid dearly for them, and the prices are not cheap. These are all pretty much high-end or esoteric books, and some more common stuff. But overall, I've got like several hundred pounds of books that I need to unload. Just give them a better home. I'm finished with them. I've used them in videos. I don't plan on reading them or using them again. And over the past year, you can see I probably changed a little bit. I've let my hair grow out a little bit. I'm thinking about maybe dyeing it blonde. And many things have happened, and a lot of the footage that you're going to see is several months old. I mean, dating back to last fall, I had put out a lot of this stuff, and it was kind of difficult to put everything in the little video lab here and open. But I have done my best to show the condition of some of these books, especially the 300-year-old books. I show the pullouts. I show the conditions of these books. And if it's good, I show it. If it's not, I'll show that too. And a lot of esoteric stuff, lots of it. Lots of Masonic stuff. And you'll be able to follow along. You'll be able to use the table of contents or the index to go where you want to go. Maybe to take some notes, maybe to go back and refer to a certain book or a certain group of books. Like I say, this is not for everybody. This is for people who have, resources enough to purchase high-end books. Recently, I joined several different, Facebook groups that concern themselves with antiquarian, vintage books, and there are thousands of people in these chat rooms or whatever they are, and the people that put up their books in these rooms, they're just one of thousands and thousands. They get like hundreds of posts a day, dozens of posts a day. Hey, I got this book for a second. You just get lost in it. Well, who in the world is going to want to look at a Harry Hubbard book? So I figured out I could just put a video together and clean it up a little bit, and then in all these groups just put the link so that somebody can see it. They're not just looking at a picture, or which is what most of them are. They don't have a YouTube channel or a way to do things. So that's what this is, and I'm going to be sending this link out to several people, and so that is what this is all about. And it's not something to enjoy, it's something to do research with. A lot of this is research books, and this probably will be volume 1. I've got several hundred pounds more of books that I need to unload. Just give them a better home. I don't have a good place for them. I don't have a good air-conditioned library like I used to. And I've held on to these books for some of them 30 plus years, 35 years. So now we're going to look at these, and I hope you enjoy this, or whoever can sit through it. And like I say, if there's something that you're interested in, use the index. Now, somebody may wonder, like, well, why are you doing it this way? Or instead of joining up with Libra, or AB Books, or whatever. It's because I live out in the middle of nowhere. There's a post office 14 miles that way and 16 miles that way. So I can't really guarantee next day shipping. I've got to find a box. I've got to find packaging. So anyway, that's a little bit of background here. And I'm sorry that I haven't put out anything in a year, but we'll get into that later. And I'll put out another video that will explain everything that's happened here. Peace out. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you. This is an overview of the books I have for sale right now. There's maybe some more that I could come up with later, but I can't find them. And we're going to go through a bunch of these, show you what they are. This whole tote right here is nothing but old Masonic code books and such. And I also have for sale these beautiful bookends here. Serpentine Rickolite from Grant County, New Mexico. One of a kind, just beautiful. Look at that. Look at that, just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So we're going to look at an overview. I'm going to show these. Just give you some idea. These are my signed Eustace Mullins books. Got some more stuff down there. There's a history set there. And I think I've got a couple more history sets from the 1800s. Some more stuff here. So we're going around. This is a 1936 Lahore, Pakistan Quran. That's the teddy bear. So we're going to be looking at these along with these books from 1700s. This is just an overview. Okay, we're going to start with these two dandies here from 1704. I've owned these for the past 30 years. So I've actually kept them for roughly 1/10 of their existence. So over 300 years old, and I've had them 30 years. So I feel like I've done my duty. And as you can see, they're kept in double plastic bags, and handsome set, good shape. And let me just go ahead and pull one out. I'm going to show you the condition on them is good. The bindings are real hard, good stuff. All complete. Coming apart a little bit there, but it's all good. You can see this is in good shape. So now let's set up and go through the pullouts on it. Okay, since I've had these books, they've always been kept in double plastic. They're both about 2.5 inches thick, and they've never been opened actually. I've always used them like this, sitting on the binder, so that I can pull stuff out and look at them, and I read it down like this. I can just crack it open and just read down the columns like this. And this one has, I'm just going to show the pullouts, the foldouts from this one, volume 1. And I want to say that there are no pages stuck together. There is no water damage anywhere in either one of these. And since I've had them for 30 years, and so we're going to look at some of these foldouts. Some of them, this one has 16 different ones, but some of them are doubles, some of them are triples. There's one here. You can see it's intact. This is Goa. And there's 900 pages in this one, and over 900 in that one too, I believe. Let's give us a little bit more room. Real careful. City of Cochin. City of Kaolang. It's probably the widest this book's ever been open. And I'm just going to show a couple from volume 2. I'm just showing this extensive here. It's very time consuming to do this to you. And there might be a couple that I missed here and there. Look at that. It's beautiful. And there are literally hundreds and hundreds of engravings pictures inside that are just absolutely fantastic. City of Masupatam. Wow. Real good colors. Here's an interesting one here. Talking about the Malabar language, it is a 1, 2, and this one's printed upside down. Actually, it's upside down. 2, 3, back to back to back pull-outs, fold-outs. We're getting into salon here. Big section on the salon. All kinds of engravings, or however you want to call it. Here's another one here. Baticalo, the fort of Baticado. I don't care really how long this takes. I think it's necessary. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Probably got over 100 people in it. Somebody spent some time on that. There's one in here. What is this? This is a double. You got this one here. And then the next page is this one here. And it has a slight tear here. That happened before I got it. There's a double. Negumbo. Looks like a fort. Looks like a star fort. The island of Manier. Lilliputian. There's a little bit of frill here. No, it's not a fold out. Well, yeah, it is. No, it's not a fold out. It's just a something in there. I guess it doesn't go all the way down. Nope. That's why it's got a little bit of frill. I guess it doesn't go down in there very well. Here's a couple more of the same type. But it is complete. Everything is here. And that's a good look at volume 1. So now let's wrap it back up and look at volume 2. Okay, it's volume 2. See a little bit of damage here and there. Show it to you. The binder's good and solid. This is all solid here. There's nothing loose in it. And there's only one fold out here that I've actually had open. I remember I cut a video with it like, 20, 30 years ago or so. And back in 94, that'd be what, 28 years ago. And we're just going to show, I'm going to show this right here, because this is the only pull out that has some damage on it, actually. And it's kind of the fold out's fault because it is such a weird fold out. You got to take this right here. It's a beautiful picture. All of these are. And it comes out like this. And you have to flatten that out. And then you have to pull this right here out. Got a little catch there. And there's that tear there. It's about, 6 inches. And Emperor of China's retinue. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. But a book repair person could work with that. Let's go over here. This is a 4 slim outage. Let's see. No, it's consecutive pages. Yeah, look at this guy. Like I say, I'm not showing all of them in this. Look at that. On New Spain. And this is probably the oldest Aztec rebus known ever in print. Some of it's upside down. Beautiful. And this has the oldest picture, I believe, of Moctezuma. It's got a section in there where it shows Moctezuma and several different natives from that era. And here right is what later became, what they modified this, the Catholics modified this and made it the Aztec calendar, which people incorrectly today call it the Mexican calendar, but it's neither one. There's no Mexican or Mayan calendar because that stone was found in 1790. But this is 1704. Actually, a lot of this is from 1690. And this right here is quite possibly, let me just slide over a little bit, the oldest map in the world of Greenland. I don't know of one that's older. 1704, there might be one from 15, 16, I'm sure. But this is the oldest one in a book that actually just, it's really good. It's more detailed. It talks about more of the flora and fauna. It's actually from 1690. And that's showing volume 2. A little bit sped up there. And now we're going to put it back in its double wrapper. And let me just show you the fly leaf in here. Some foxing. There's some kind of reinforcement there. Fourth volume. And there you see it, 1704. MDCCIV. Just going to go through this. Eastern Star. This is some Masonic poems from 1924 DC. Introduction to Freemasonry, 1944 DC. Claudy. Here's Order of Eastern Star, 76. Cleveland. And these books are all in really good shape. Independent Order of the Oddfellows, reprint from 1954s and 63. Real thin books. Got some water stain on it there. And on the back, it's pretty heavily stained. It does have one of my old stamps in it. Some of these may have my old stamp. Here's another 1970 London. Real nice gold on it, 1970. Handsome book there. Here's one from 1945, Freemason, North Carolina. Nice pictures. Master Mason's Decree. Fellow Craft Decree. Entered Apprentices Decree. North Carolina Lodge Manual. Great book. Rituals of the Fraternal Order of Eagles, 1961, Akron, Ohio. It's got some really cute gold all over it. And it's got my old insignia there, my old stamp. And it's got all these real nice tabulations down the side here. so you can just jump right to it. I mean, as if the book is so thick that you'd have a hard time getting through. I'm just saying. And it's got this little piece in the back here. See, this comes out. It's real cute. Real cute. It's got everything in there in really good shape. And most of these books I've had for 25, 30 years. Here's a Ritual Benevolent Protective Order of the Elks from 1956. It's in real good shape. Real thin. I believe this is a study in a white shrine or something, or order. Let's see what it is. Study of Freemasonry, 1876. Here's a little monitor book from 1861 Boston. And it's got some damage on it, but you see it's real nice here. Look at all that. See here. And a lot of the guys that published these books were actually Freemasons, so they wanted to do a real good job. Real tiny print. It's got a little bit of a loose cover there. So it's just barely hanging on. Royal Arch, 1959, New York City. Oh, and there's one there. My favorite, the White Shrine of Jerusalem. White Shrine of Jerusalem. What year is that? It's got a signature here in 1958. That was before I was born. Ritual, 1952. And that Royal Arch is in good shape. This is another Independent Order of the Oddfellows from 1852, New York. And it's got a loose piece on the binder there. And my old stamp just bled right through. I mean, this page just bled through. What's that? Probably somebody's certificate. See what that is. Yeah, comes with a certificate of membership. Withdrawal. That says withdrawal on it. The Golden Chain, or Links of Friendship, Oddfellows. Other than that, it's in pretty good shape. Pocket Guide from 1924, New York City. This is a code book. And it's got some blemishes on it. And I put some tape on the button to make it a little bit more secure. But it's all code. And in the late 1800s, they changed the code and made it a little bit easier. It's such a, I don't know, man. It's a little screwed up in this one here. This one here from New York City, 1879, complete. Very fragile book, but it's all here, and it's all bound. It's all leather, but it's got all the it's got somebody's stamp in it there. It's got these tables, all these layouts of what the rituals are, where you go, where you stand, everything, and it's in the more primitive code. Order of the Eastern Star, 1944, New York City. Order of the Eastern Star, Milwaukee, 1953. Order of the Eastern Star, 1902. And it's got the gold on the edge of the pages there. I've forgotten a lot of the book terms. Don't care. Standard Ritual, Order Eastern Star, 1902. Here's one that that from 1937 that is not in as good a shape as some of the others. It's got the binding on is kind of, it's real fancy. It's got a nice ribbon across the front of it. Got a nice ribbon there, but it's in pretty rough shape. (1953) New York History Order of the Elks, and it's in pretty good shape. It's got a Mylar dust jacket on it, and it's got my stamp in it. History of the Elks, 1868 to 1952. And right here is just a common Freemason book, modern reprint. And that does it for what I've got for sale, Freemason. All these tiny little books. This is a 4-volume set by Everett Dykink, I think is how you say his name. History of the World. The first volume is printed in 1869, and the others are printed in 1871. And they're in pretty good shape. Here's the top is a little bit darker than the side and the bottom. A little bit of bottom wear there on all of them, actually, right here. And some pieces of leather missing. Nice gold inlay. And this piece of tape here, I just put it on there to keep the piece up there. And you can see the corners. The print is really nice. It's a 4-column per page open. Got nice pictures. They're all black and white. Here's one here. Volume 1, Volume 2. Let's look at the spine. A little bit of damage here and on the bottom. The top is a little bit darker than the sides and the bottom. Here's rear. Volume 3 also has a little runner here. Corners on this one look really pretty good. A little bit of damage on the bottom, not just wear, some wear on the bottom there. See it? Some really fascinating stories in these volumes. I've only read this set once. A little bit of tear there. And I was real careful with them too. Some of these old books are just hard to read to show them the respect that they need while you're reading them. And here's a little bit of damage here coming down on the spine. A little bit of wear here. And some more on the bottom. See the back of that spine. It's got a little bit of more wear here on the bottom of the spine. And right here too. Right there. Pretty good shape. Solid on all the corners. Solid on all the spines. Really good set. I've had those for decades. What I've decided to do is just come up from the early 1800s and move into the 1800s towards the latter part of the century. This is an 1834 Josiah Priest American Antiquities. It's in really good shape. Everything is really nice in here. Here's the fold out in the front. No water stains. No problems there. There's nothing stuck together. Really good binder. The spine is in good shape. Here's another fold out. The Ohio and Muskingum. Huge ancient ruin there. There's a couple more. Here's the rear of it. Top's got some gold on it there. Really swell book. And here's my notes that go with it. Very good book. This is an 1841 American Antiquities by Bradford. This page here is loose. It does have a faded stamp in it. And that was when I was experimenting with my stamps. I was trying to do something good for the book, and some of them just failed miserably. But here it's got real nice gold here and here. The bottom of it. And the spine is really strong. There are no fold-outs that I can remember in this book. It's, what, over 400 pages. Here's some of my notes that go with it. It does have some rubbing. It's got a little bit of damage on the corner there and here, and down the side here. The back of it here is in better shape, actually, than the front of it here. For some reason, I don't know how that happens. But that's another really good book. I have it for sale. I've had it for years and years, enjoyed it, and now I want to move it down the line, give it a better home. Here's another dandy from 1880, The North Americans of Antiquity by John T. Short. It's got a mylar cover on it. The spine is in good shape. Everything's really good. Here comes trouble. And it does have a blemish in the front, my old stamp. See, when I stamped it, they were clear, and then over time they bled. That was the issue there. And here's my notes that go with it. It's all in Punic and Latin, but you get the idea. Nice book. These next ones are from 1887. History of the United States by HALE. Got the fold out. Really good book. Just a little bit of damage down here is all. But it's an overall very good book. The spine is pretty good. A little bit of damage there is all. This one is from 1887. It's in really rough shape, and it was like that when I got it, but it was still a good book. It's coming loose there, and it needs some TLC. Got a lot of here, Chaco Canyon. What is it? Over 300 pages, and it's not in the greatest shape, but it is, at one time, it was a beautiful book. And it's still okay together, but it needs some help. You see there, it's probably got a lot of damage on the bottom of it too, you see. And this is Bureau of Ethnology by J.W. Powell, 1888 to 89. And it's what, 2.5 inches thick. And it's all there. There's no damage on it. Except, oh, well, I guess there is. I guess it needs to be re-glued or something. And it's just, gosh, how many pages? What? Over 800 pages. And it's got all kinds of drawings, pictures, artwork from all over the country. Just incredible. Incredible book. But like I say, and I don't know if that spine was that loose when I got it or not. So That's another good book, good dandy. Very interesting book. Now I'm just going to start showing more books at random. This is the 1936, The Glorious Quran. And it is 4 1/4 inches thick. And I call it the teddy bear. It's got a little bit of dirt on it. It's in really good shape. 1936 Lahore. This is your heavy ISIS. This is the sought after ISIS Quran right here. This is it. This is the teddy bear because you can curl up with it and take a nap. You can take that to bed with you. Use it as a pillow. Now I'm just going to go around the room, starting over here, coming around this way. The World Order, Eustace Mullins. It's signed to me. And it does have my sticker in there, which is a whole lot better than some. But that was down in Melbourne, Florida, signed in 1992. The Rape of Justice, America's Tribunals Exposed. There it is, signed to me. The World Order. And there it is, signed to me. And there's my library sticker. Here's another one, signed to me with my sticker. And here's The Great Betrayal. Really good book. All of these Eustace Mullins books are excellent. And there is signed. And I don't guess that one has my sticker in it. And it's only 1/4 inch thick, but it is just loaded. It is just jam-packed with info. Just an excellent, excellent book. Next is this Tragedy and Hope. This is 1974 reprint. It does have my sticker in it, and there are several pages in the 900s that I have heavily underlined. Over 1,300 pages. I only read it twice, and I've used it in presentations. And it's over 2 inches thick. Syrian Semitic Inscriptions by Gibson, Oxford. And this is a 1985 reprint. It's only got a couple of marks in it there and just 2 other places. Nothing major in it right there. Handsome book. Really good for deciphering Punic and other ancient languages. Blacks in Antiquity. This one here is one that Cyclone Covey, Dr. Covey, he really wanted this book. But I wanted to hang on to it. 1970. It's real clean. No underlines, no nothing, but great pictures. No damages anywhere. Just an excellent, excellent book. Look at that. Unbelievable pictures in here. And next I have this right here. 5 Indian Tribes of the Upper Missouri. And this is 1961. It's clean. It's got a couple of writings, of markings. I believe I got this book in Santa Fe. As a matter of fact, I believe there's several books in here I actually got from Santa Fe. And it's a good book. 1961. Next is this Jewel, J.J. Brody. I've read this book so many times, I've forgotten how many times. It's got some wear and tear on the dust jacket there. And it's from 1990. And it's got a bunch of notes, and it's got my old faded stamp in it. It's got over 200 illustrations, and just over 100 in color. And I've underlined this book. I love it. It's just incredible. But it needs a better home. But if no one's interested, that's fine. Next is Prehistoric New Mexico Background for Survey from 1996. And this was put out University of New Mexico at Albuquerque. And it's a great book, about 2 inches thick. And it does have some highlighted stuff in it. I love this book. It's just great. Fantastic. Got good maps in it. Love that book. I think I may have actually purchased that book in Santa Fe. Cliff Dwellers of the MESA VERDE. Excellent book. Let's see here. It's got a faded stamp in it. I used that in the 90s. And as far as I know, it may not have any more markings in it. I believe that's it. Just a stamp in the front. Beautiful book. From 1990. Nordenskjöld. Reprint out of Sweden, I believe. And this is a little bit different. The DSS from 1966. And it was published for the members of the Limited Editions Club. And it's loaded with watercolor paintings, just all through it, just dozens of them. I've never read this book. It was just so esoteric. I just never bothered reading it, and I was always afraid to do so because I might have done something to it. And everything on it's great. I've had this for years and years. It's only got one loose thread there, and the same loose thread on the back side. That's all. That's the only thing that's not perfect about this book. Other than that, you see here, there's no damage or anything. It's a good book. Here's one's Teotihuacan, and this is from 1993, printed in Hong Kong. It's got a couple of just highlights in it. It's a beautiful book, and it's got my old faded stamp in it. And let's see if it's got any highlights in it. I don't think this one has that many. I guess that's the only problem with that is my old faded library stamp. Here's one here, the Incas and Their Ancestors. This is printed in Slovenia. And I'm pretty sure this book is clean. Let's see, let's run through it here. Shows some fantastic sites, ancient ruins. Just fantastic. Great book. Some really good black and white, glossy black and white photos in here. That's why I had to turn the light down. These have a lot of really flashy, shiny stuff in them. Great book. TEOTIHUACAN, Pyramids of TUCUME. And what makes this book special, well, I love this book. There's my faded insignia, is that it shows pyramids that are the size of mountains. Just dozens of them. And it's printed in Great Britain in 1995. And let's just show a few of them here. Look at this. Look at these man-made mounds the size of mountains. Check these out. I've got them marked up here. Look at these. Unbelievable. There's a good aerial shot there. This is back before they had drones. Check these guys out. Look at that guy. Oh, that's from, what, 1300. Let's show a couple more here. Look at that guy. Check these guys out. These guys are thousands of years old. Here's one here. And there's some of these that I have turned the page down just to mark them. Check out that complex there. Man, oh man. Look at this guy right here. Look at that. Great book. 1995, Great Britain. Here's another jewel. This is Analytical Lexicon of Navajo. It's a 1999 reprint from, I think, like 1899 or so. And it's University of New Mexico. Just got that in it. University of New Mexico Press, Albuquerque. Great book. It's like over, what's over 1,400 pages. Yeah, 1,400 pages. And it's really complete, really good. Everything about it is really good. I'll let you see. Looks like some kind of foxing of some description. Here's no shelf wear on the bottom at all. It's in excellent condition. Here's another blast from my past, from 1983. Dr. Nikola Tesla Complete Patents. And this, I'm sure, could bring a handsome sum because of recent events with Elon Musk and Tesla. It's printed in California, 1979. There are no marks on it. There's no shelf wear on it at all. Everything on this book is excellent. Needs a good home. Here's another dandy. Sanskrit English dictionary. But it's got the Oxford seal down here, and it's about 2 inches thick. And I have marked in this. I learned Sanskrit through this book, so it's got some markings in it. Let's see if it's got it doesn't have a or does it? Let's see. No, it doesn't have a sticker in it, but I do have some markings in it, or some lines. This is with this book here is what I taught myself Sanskrit. And here's the last book I've got to show. And I know I purchased it in Santa Fe because I had to borrow money from one of my friends to purchase it. And I paid it back a couple of years later. It's, oh gosh, puts out by the Smithsonian, 2¼ inches thick, 1948, and it's just loaded with hundreds and hundreds. It's got some loose spinal there. Looks like I've taped it together at some point. It's got some notes here, but that spine right there got a little issue. And this book is just loaded with black and white photographs, all kinds of pictures. And now, just going to show you, it's got some really nice fold-out maps. Here's one here, comes out like this, then goes up like this. All South American. Look at that. South American Indians. And let's see, there's another one in here too. Actually, there's probably several more. Just show you one more. Fold out. I think there was another one I wanted to show in here. Maybe not. Oh yeah. Great book, great photographs, just well documented of the South American Indians from 1948. The tropical forest tribes. You can't get it. You can't do any better than that. Just as a last thought, somebody might be interested in some of these. Here's a trail guide, Aztec ruins. I'm just going to run through these. Here's a lot of stuff from the sites that I visited. Canyon de Chelly. As far as I know, these are all clean. MESA VERDE. Monument Valley. What's this? Hopewellian Studies. Got a bunch of books like this. Ancient Ruins of the Southwest. Here's Casa Grande. Now this one here is really marked up. I love this book. And I love the ruin. Like that ruin. See what else we got here. What is this? Tuzigut. more Casa Grande. Here's some more. The Hardy site, Tucson. What's this? Another one. ANASAZI pottery. Archaeology of Ancient Arizona. There's another book in there. Let's see what that is. ANASAZI architecture. People of Chaco. Let's see here. Ancient Native American sites. Southwest. This is an old one here. Pueblo de Arroyo, Chaco Canyon, New Mexico. Let's see what the date is on that. It's got the old. Looks like I paid $75 for it. This is 1959. Let's see if it's got any marks in it. I don't think it would. It's got some fold outs on it. It's in good shape. Got a lot of good black and white pictures in it. Pueblo de Arroyo, 1959. Let's continue. Those who came before. Indian Ruins of the Southwest. Durango South Project. Some dandies. Here's a beautiful book. Ceramics and Etiology. Salado Polychrome. Pottery. And let's see here. It's heavily underlined. I did what I could to try to make the book more understandable by labeling what came from where. This is a wonderful book. Shows beautiful pottery from eastern Arizona, Grasshopper Room in Casa Grande, Pueblo Grande, Table Rock. Great book. And the difference between Salado Polychrome and Gila River Polychrome is 40 miles. This book proves it. So I like that. It can be the very same thing. Salado Polychrome and Gila River Polychrome. It's the same thing, just different areas. Here's the next book. Hey, buddy. Good to have you back on the video scene. You're a star. By Alan King. Not my longtime friend Alan King, a different Alan King. The Basque Language from 1994. It's over 400 pages. It's a great book. You can teach yourself Basque. And that's just absolutely wonderful. Put out by University of Nevada Press. Just a beautiful book. Teach you all the tenses, everything. Participles, adverbs, adjectives, everything. The Basque Language. Here's the next book, A Grammar of Lakota, 1939. Buchel. Let's see here. Boom. A great Lakota grammar book from 1939. It's like almost 300 pages or so. Here's the next book, also Lakota English Dictionary. And it's put out by the same, South Dakota. Here it is here from 1983. It's over 800 pages. Let's see here. It's about 1 3/4 inch thick. Great book. Needs a better home. Just glad to have the cat back. He was gone for a week. Missing in action for a week. And then he shows back up. And this is the last book of this series here. This is by Scott Walter and Richard Nielsen. The Kensington Runestone. Compelling New Evidence. And it's a great book. It's got the dust jacket in pristine condition. Over 1.5 inches thick. And it needs a better home. It needs a better home. And if you look at it right here, okay, here's the the title page to it, and you'll see right here, To Harry, 11/25/11, Scott Walter of History Channel fame, America Unearthed. America Unearthed. And great book, very good, compelling evidence is exactly what it is. And I never had a problem with the Kensington Runestone. I don't think Paul ever had a problem with it either. So it's a great book. It just needs a better home. There you have it. That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone interested, you can email me at this address. And the prices reflected in this video, they are negotiable. That's what I'm asking. So if there's anything in there, I'll let you know. But these are dandies, absolute dandies. And I may be cutting another one, depending on how successful this is. I got another several hundred pounds of books, signed, first eds, you name it. Esoteric stuff too. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go see one of my neighbors, Blaine. And this is coming up on the back side of the north part of the property. I've never videotaped, I've never taped me going this direction, I don't think. Whoa! So we're gonna zip through here. Me and Moose gotta come in and cut a bunch of these branches. It's been very dry. Very dry. Haven't had good rain in a while. And what you see in there, that piece of that wooden box there with the blue jeans in it, I had made that for my cat, Allahu. He always liked to climb up to the front of the four-wheeler. So I made that for him so he could climb up there, but he just died, what, 3 days ago. So he won't be using that. I'll have to change it to something else. Let's go up this hill. Trail always goes through those two trees, and if we look to the south there's the cabin. This is one of the fields here that's loaded with poisonous plants, poison hemlock. There's enough poison hemlock in this field alone to kill off the Chinese army. And probably everybody else in the world. Some beautiful wildflowers there. time to harvest this wheat, just any day now. Pretty rough trail. Hey, there you are. Alrighty, let's continue down this trail. Take it a little bit slower. It's a nice trail. Say, man, you're riding down these trails, you never know what you're going to see. Snakes, turtles, you can see a bobcat, a polecat, skunk, possums, you name it, you can see anything down these trails. And that's the back way to one of my neighbor's house. This little kitty love her Uncle Allahu. Allahu has been back with us now over a week, and he's eating good, he's drinking good, and as far as I know, he has not had a seizure. Since he's been back.